The Curse of the Water Bottle by Selden Cummings. Out of all the substances known to humankind, there are few as important and enigmatic as water. This simultaneously precious and dangerous chemical has, obviously, played a major role in the development of every culture, large or small, since the dawn of human awareness. Like every other creature on this planet, humans depend on water, and could scarcely survive for more than a couple days without it. On the flip side, water, which gives and sustains life, can also take that life away. The dual nature of this calm and brutal substance is one of the reasons why it has served as a source of intellectual and spiritual fascination for thousands of years. Indeed, water has inspired countless poets, scientists, philosophers, and artists, and permeates every aspect of human life. It is ironic, then, that on a daily basis thousands of tons of this boundless, awesome substance are sealed in plastic bottles for human consumption. Truly, the very act of bottling water seems counterintuitive to the nature of water itself, which comprises one of the most abundant and powerful forces on the planet in the form of oceans, lakes, and rivers. Due to its necessity, water should be freely accessible to all humans, and therefore the act of packaging it and selling it as a commodity seems like a contradiction of a basic human right. Of course, water must be contained in order to be consumed, but at what cost? Except for convenience, bottled water serves no real purpose but to enrich its own producers, and is, without a doubt, absolutely terrible for the environment. It's time we traded convenience for environmental awareness and stopped drinking water out of plastic bottles. From its inception to its disposal, a water bottle is a threat to the cleanliness and stability of the environment. Water bottles, even when disposed of properly, can be harmful to the earth, and most of the time these bottles are not disposed of properly, ending up being sent directly to landfills. According to the Education Database Online, only 1 in every 5 water bottles is recycled, while the other 4 contribute to the 3 billion pounds of waste from plastic water bottles in total every year. Water bottles are also dumped into the ocean, meaning that we are ironically contaminating an aquatic environment with containers meant to hold water. Unfortunately, the very process of bottling water can be just as detrimental. According to the Pacific Institute, in 2006, it is estimated that producing the bottles for American consumption required the equivalent of more than 17 million barrels of oil. Such large amounts of this non-renewable energy source could be utilized for much more practical uses, such as transportation. But why are people choosing water bottles in the first place? When considering the sheer amount of water bottle consumption each year, one is inevitably led to wonder why Americans would choose to pay for their water rather than drink it for free. A national survey cited by the National Resources Defense Council might help explain this. According to this survey, 35% of Americans choose bottled water as a substitute for other beverages like soda, while another 35% hold concerns about the safety of drinking tap water, and another 7% choose bottled water for its taste. Bottled water does not seem to be any safer to drink than tap water. The water bottle companies do not hesitate to label their products with beautiful pictures of crystalline rivers flowing through gorgeous canyons. If you believe that the government is the bad guy, contaminating our water with chemicals meant to brainwash us, then consider for a moment the fact that the water bottle companies are actually the ones lying to you. In a Story of Stuff project video titled The Story of Bottled Water, narrator Annie Leonard states that in many ways bottled water is less regulated than tap water, and that in taste tests across the country, people consistently choose tap over bottled water. Nevertheless, Americans continue to spend billions of dollars each year on a substance to which they have free access. If that doesn't sound like brainwashing, I don't know what is. People drink bottled water because they believe it is cleaner, they believe it tastes better, and because it's convenient. Unfortunately, the environmentally damaging effects of bottled water far outweigh its convenience, and the idea that it may be healthier or tastier is simply untrue. There is only one true benefit to drinking bottled water that I can think of, and it concerns people living in countries without access to clean water. For the 2 weeks I spent traveling in Peru during the summer of 2015, I only drank bottled water. This is because the tap water in second and third world countries like Peru is notoriously unclean. I am grateful for having had access to clean water in a country well known for the impurity of its tap, and I was reminded that millions of people across the globe find themselves in similar situations every day. In places where tap water is dangerous to drink, it must be a luxury to be able to consume clean water from a shiny plastic bottle, complete with pictures of faraway forests and streams. However, although bottled water seems to be the easiest, most convenient solution for people who lack access to clean tap water, there are better answers. Whether on a large scale or a small one, there are multiple solutions which would offset the expense and the environmental damage created by the consumption of bottled water in foreign countries, such as filtering water while traveling or donating to clean water organizations. As far as offsetting the negative effects of bottled water in our own country, the change begins at home. We need to be aware of the truths behind the bottled water industry, and we must trade convenience for responsibility by planning ahead, drinking water from reusable bottles manufactured by environmentally aware companies, and accepting the reality that tap water is absolutely safe to drink. Together, we can eliminate bottled water from a planet covered in water and become more environmentally conscious along the way.